Namaste. Welcome to Yoga for Life with Ann Tony. Today is a Yoga Strong Strengthening Muscle Building flow. Let's go ahead and get started by standing at the top of the mat in mountain pose. Feet are straight. Toes are lifting and spreading. Shoulders are back and down. Ears are pulling back without the chin lifting. And then imagine a string tied to the top of your head pulling you up towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes or keep them focused on a steady point on the wall or on the floor in front of you. And on the inhale, we're going to let straight arms float up, trying not to lift the shoulders. Stop where you feel stuck, and then exhale, flipping your palms down, bringing your hands to your side. Let's take an inhale through the nostrils as we let the arms float. And then on the exhale, exhale through pursed lips, slowly, hands to your side. You can continue with that breathing pattern, or on the inhale, breathe in through the nostrils, floating the arms upward. And if you can, on the exhale, exhale through the nostrils, slowly releasing your arms to your side. Let's continue with two more. And one more. Then bring your palms together and exhale your hands down the center line to your heart. We're going to go ahead now and do a sun salutation. On the inhale, lift the arms without the shoulders. Lift the chest, lift the chin. On the exhale, we're going to bend at the hips and the knees, keeping us straight back. Keep those knees bent as you hang here and release. On the inhale, slide your hands up your shins as high as you need to bring your chest forward in that L shape. And then exhale, coming back down. With your knees bent, resting on your thighs, you can cross your arms and sway. Ragdoll pose. And then another half lift. And fold. Spread your fingers and step back to downward dog. And we're just going to kind of rock forward and then pull our hips back. Rock forward, pull those hips back. One more time, rock forward, pull the hips back, pull the shoulders down and the heels reach down. Pull your belly button in and breathe. Then walk your feet back and shoulders over wrists for plank. If this is not accessible to you, come onto your knees, which are behind your hips, and push the mat. And then bend your elbows for chaturanga, and then push to straighten them. And then bend, and push. Bend, and push. Bend, push. Reach your hips back. Bow your chest for puppy pose. And then bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under hips for tabletop. We're going to push the mat with our hands and lift our spine as we exhale. As you inhale, you're going to drop your belly and arch your back, bringing your chest forward. Again, exhale in cat pose, like a cat stretching, and inhale in cow pose. And a few more. Back in the center, and I want your spine to be neutral, so it's not really in a cat or a cow. Bring your right arm forward, left leg back, and reach for bird dog. Try to keep your left hip even with your right hip. And then switch sides. Inhaling, reach left arm, right leg. Lower the right hip so it's square with the left hip. And let's do that 2 more times on each side. Switch sides. And one more set on each side. And one more. And then we're going to tuck our toes, come back up to downward dog. Take an inhale, pull those hips back. Exhale, come back into plank. Inhale, bend your knees, pull back to downward dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, plank. Then come to your knees. Then very slowly come to your chest and then your chin. Move your hands under your shoulders and lift up your chest in cobra. If this pinches your back, don't go as far. And then bring your hips back, slide your hands forward, bow your chest and head for puppy toe pose. Take a breath. And then come back to downward dog. And then walk it into a forward fold. Bent knees hanging here. And then roll up. Last thing up is your head. And twist it out. Take a cleansing breath. And we're going to do some chair poses. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. My knees do not come forward. They stay over my ankles. It's all action in the hips and butt as we sit in a chair. And then we stand. Inhale, and then exhale, sit back in that chair. And then stand. Keep your knees in the center. Inhale, so don't let them go out or in. And inhale. Exhale, sit in your chair. And inhale, stand. And a few more. The wider your feet apart, the easier the chair squat is. Move with your breath. And then we're going to bring our hands to our thighs. We're going to make sure our knees are not going forward. We're going to lift our toes, or at least bring the weight into your heels. Press off your thighs to lift your chest without hurting your back, then your arms. Then rise, open your heart, open your chest, and twist it out to release. Let's go wide legs for warrior two, with the left leg going towards the corner of your mat and the knee stays in line with the middle toes. That's important. Then you're going to come to the pinky toe side of this right foot, so you're not coming into the big toe. Bend that knee, bring your arms out, palms up. Bring that right hip in and shoulders down your back. Breathe as you look at your drishti, any point you want to, anywhere in the room. Then take another inhale and exhale, side bend, reaching out for side angle warrior. Inhale back into warrior two, and then exhale, side bend, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle warrior without leaning on your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Let's do one more. Back in the center. This time we're going to turn the right foot to the corner of the mat and bend that knee right over those middle toes. Pinky toe side of the left foot. Bring the hips into the center line, palms up, arms out, shoulder blades down, and look at your drishti to breathe. Warrior two. Then take an inhale. As you exhale, side angle warrior without leaning on your arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. We're going side to side, not forward. We're not leaning forward like this. We're going side to side, even if you don't go far. With your breath, and don't lean on the hands. Now we're going to bring our hands into namaste. We're going to slowly toe heel the legs, feet in. And then we're going to take a few hops or simply heel this. Let out a big sigh. Ha! And shake it off. We're now going to step to the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance. Right heel lifts. Step it back as far as you can. Bring that heel down. Square off your hips. Remember, my feet are separated, hip distance. Bend the knee, keep it in the middle. Don't go to the right or left. And then from the armpits, lift. And breathe. Warrior one. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward for humble warrior, lifting the arms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. One more. Then come back up with namaste hands or hands to hips. Step it out and shake it out. And now we're going to do the same thing with the left foot. Feet are hip distance. Left foot goes back, heel down. Front knee bends in the center, not right or left. Square your hips. My feet are hip distance. And lift for warrior one. Then take an inhale. And as you exhale, humble warrior. Lift those arms, lift your ribs. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep the front knee center to protect it. Inhale, warrior one. Hands in namaste. Step it out. Shake it out. Bring your feet a little wider than hip distance. Toes out. Knees soft. And we're going to circle the hips. Draw a circle on the floor as you circle your wrists. And breathe. And then reverse the wrists and the hip circles. All right. Bring the weight onto your right foot, especially the right big toe. Bring your left foot into a kickstand. Bring that right hip in. Namaste hands, or reach out for tree pose. Look at something that's not moving and breathe. Some people will lift the foot up below the knee or above it, but not on it. And breathe. It's important that your both hips hug into the center line. You press into your big toe you're standing on. And some people will even slightly bend that standing leg. Experiment. Reverse. Shake it out. Stand on the left foot, left big toe. Right foot is kickstand. Hug in the knee, the hips to the center line. Choose your hand. Choose something to look at. And choose your foot placement. And breathe. Tree pose. You can even hold on to something. You can bring the foot below the knee or keep it in kickstand. And release. Let's let out a big, loud, cleansing sigh. Breathe in through the nose. Let it out. Let's do that again, this time sticking out the tongue and opening the eyes wide. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead now and come to the floor. So in mountain pose, you're going to lift your arms. You're going to exhale to bend with knees and hips. Plant your hands. Step back to downward dog. Then come into tabletop. And then come onto your back. And we're going to do some windshield wipers. Arms out, knees bent. Exhale, knees to the right as you look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left as you look to the right. And continue with your breath, nice and slow. 2 more times on each side. You can exhale through nostrils or pursed lips. The nostrils or pursed lips slow down the exhale, which brings you into parasympathetic rest, digest, and heal. So that's an important cue to listen to. All right. And now we're going to line our feet right in front of our sits bones and walk those heels in. We're going to make sure our legs do not splay open. So we're going to be using some inner thigh muscles. Arms come out, palms up, and our chin is not up, okay? We're going to squeeze the butt cheeks and lift as high as we can as we press into the heels. And then exhale, slow, lower down. And let's do that a few more times. Working our bridges, which work our glutes, which are our back shock absorbers, and very important hip muscles as well. This last one we're going to hold. So lift as high as you can, squeeze the butt cheeks, inner thighs stay together, and breathe. And slowly lower down. And hug in your right knee. Act like you're going to kiss it. Mwah. Point and flex the foot. And switch sides. Mwah. And then we're going to bring that right foot into a figure 4 pigeon pose. The foot is going to stay relaxed unless you have knee issues. And then you're going to flex those toes in, okay? You're going to take your right hand. It is firmly pressed against the inside of your right knee. And then your knee is going to press into your hand. And then you're going to release it. And then it's going to inhale, press into your hand. Exhale, release. We're going to do that 3 more times. And this is working. This is our pigeon pose modified. Really good for stabilizing and strengthening your hip muscles, your piriformis, and stretching out those glutes slightly. This is great for anyone who has sciatica. Pause. This last one, we're going to take 3 breaths as you press your inner knee into your hand and your hand resists. And then we're going to switch sides. Left foot comes into figure 4. Relax the foot or flex it in if you do have knee issues. Left hand is firm and press into your hand. And then exhale, release. Let's do that a few more times. You might even feel your lower back release. As you're doing it. All right, we're going to do one more and hold it for 3. And release. And then we're going to reach our toes towards the ceiling, arms out, legs straight. Even if they have to come forward, your legs are straight. That's the only way you'll get to the hamstring. And then we're going to kick up our our heels. And then we're going to bend our knees and release. Straighten your legs, kick up those heels, toes come towards your shins, and release. And again, and release. The only way you're going to really get those hamstrings is by lifting heels. Let's do 2 more. And this last one we're going to hold. My legs are perfectly straight. My heels are kicking up. My toes are pulling down towards my shin. And release. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees relax for cobbler pose. Inhale, bring your thighs together, squeeze them. And then exhale, bring your feet together and press your feet together. Inhale, feet on the mat, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, feet press together. And let's continue. And continue. And one more. And we're going to squeeze the feet together for 3. And release. And then we're going to bicycle just to release our knees. And then reverse bicycle. And then hugging your knees. Take a breath. And release your ankles by pointing and flexing. Even turning your feet outside and inside. All right, bring your feet to the floor. Come to the edges of the mat. Arms out. On the exhale, let both knees drop to the right and look to the left. If this feels hard or difficult, you can walk your feet a little closer together before coming into the twist, okay? This shouldn't hurt, it should feel good. Now some people want a deeper twist. They're gonna take their right foot to the outside of the left thigh or knee and breathe. This shouldn't hurt, it should feel good. And you can look to the left or you can rock your head back and forth. Come back in the center. Now remember, wider legs is more difficult. Bringing your feet closer is easier. This should feel good. Let both legs drop to the left. Look to the right or rock your head. And relax and breathe. If you need deeper, place that left foot on the outside of the right thigh or knee to pull it down. And then release back in the center, feet off the floor, hands lightly just kind of resting on your knees. You're going to start to draw a small circle on the ceiling. What this is going to do is massage the low back and glutes. And then the circle gets a little bigger. And this is going to massage your mid-back. Just keep breathing. Imagine your breath is moving your knees into the circle. And then you're going to get a big circle. This gets into the upper spine and shoulders, and your hands are going to kind of move. They're almost like bringing your knees towards you and pushing them away from you. And then meet back in the center, hug, breath. Let's reverse the circle, starting small. You'll feel that on that low back and your butt cheeks. And then the circle gets a little bit bigger. You get into that mid-back. And then when it gets really big, you're almost kind of lightly pulling your knees in and lightly pushing them away. And this is where you get into your neck and shoulders. Bring your feet to the floor. Interlace your hands. Bring palms up and overhead. And release. Let's do that again. Interlace hands. Inhale up, overhead. Exhale, release. And one more. And then let's shake it out like a dying bug. And then just kind of rest here for a moment. Let your arms fall. Let your feet come down, your knees can fall in, or your feet can go straight out to the corners of your mat. Big cleansing breath. And then start to notice the breath coming in and out of your nostrils as your eyes are closed. Then feel the breath in the back of the throat. Then feel the breath in your ribs. And then in your belly. You can pause and stay here, feeling the breath wave in the belly. Or take a breath. Bend your knees in one at a time. Roll to your side and sit up. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We bow. Namaste. Thank you. And I hope you come back really soon. And God bless you.